Dry hopping is a technique used in many pale ales, IPAs, double IPAs, and other hop-forward beers. In fact, many of Northern Brewer's hoppy beer kits include a dry hopping stage. First off, what is dry hopping? Dry hopping is the addition of hops to secondary fermentation. Adding the hops to the beer at this point in the process increases the hop presence in both the aroma and flavor of your beer. Since these hops are not going into the boil, don't expect any bitterness from them. Also, hop acids are naturally antibacterial. Thanks to this preservative quality, don't worry about sanitizing the hops ahead of time. They're ready to go straight out of the package. Now let's dry hop some homebrew. Whether you use buckets or carboys, whole leaf or pellet, the process is pretty much the same. Put the hops directly into the secondary fermenter first. Using an auto siphon or other tubing, transfer your beer directly onto the hops. Man, you can smell the hoppy goodness already. The hops may float at first, but they will eventually take on beer and work their way into the solution, and then drop out to the bottom of the fermenter. The typical dry hopping schedule is about 1 week. This may change based on what you hope to achieve with your dry hops. In some cases, such as with this giant double IPA, we want a double punch of hoppy goodness. So we're going to do multiple additions of dry hops, adding them in stages to get even more hop character. After dry hopping is complete, it's time to get the beer off of those hops. While siphoning the beer, you want to be diligent and avoid picking up hop debris as much as possible. Rack this beer into a bottling bucket or keg for packaging, or to a tertiary fermenter for one more stage of clarification. Dry hopping can add a bit of cloudiness to some beers. It's fine to leave it as is, but products like biofine or gelatin are often used to help clarify the final beer. Dry hopping in a primary fermenter is also acceptable. Wait until all or at least most of the yeast has settled out to add the dry hops, as yeast particulate can interfere with the process. This is a great practice for less dusty yeast strains like Y yeast 1968, 1028, or 1098. However you choose to dry hop, once the beer is out of the fermenter, dump the hops, give your bucket or carboy a good rinse and soak, and get ready for your next homebrew adventure. Dry hopping is a great way, even essential in some cases, to getting that in-your-face hop character to the flavor and aroma of your beer. Northern Brewer carries a wide range of pellet and whole leaf hops for your homebrewing and dry hopping needs at northernbrewer.com.